परमादर आयुक्कामयमानेन धर्मार्थ सुख साधनम् आयुर्वेदोपदेशेषु विधेः परमादर आयुक्कामयमानेन धर्मार्थ सुख साधनम् आयुर्वेदोपदेशेषु विधेः परमादर आयुक्कामयमानेन धर्मार्थ सुख साधनम् आयुर्वेदोपदेशेषु विधेः परमादर
Ayurveda is a part of our great Vedic heritage, and it's one of the most ancient sciences of health and healing. Through this serial, it's our humble effort to carry the message of Ayurveda to your homes and hearts. I hope and pray that we will have your blessings for this great venture.
जन्मांतरकृतं पापं व्याधिरूपेण जायते तच्छान्ति औषधैर्दानैः जप होम अर्चनादिभिः. This is a shloka from Ayurveda Shastra only. See, what is the disease? It is the outcome of the old misdeeds in other births. Janmantarakritam papam vyadhirupena jayate. Tachanti, the remedy. How? Aushadhai, danai, japa, homa, archanadhi. Out of 5, only 1 is within the parameter of Ayurveda. All the rest are Tantra Shastra, Mantra Shastra, etc. So, unless you have good faith in our culture, in our tradition, in our religion, an Ayurvedic treatment cannot be complete.
Ayurveda is not an independent Shastra. It's a combination of different other Shastras. So one cannot learn Ayurveda isolating it from the other Shastras or the Darshanas. Sankhya, there are 6 Darshanas according to the Indian thought process. Nyaya, Vaisheshya, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa and Vedanta. In which Nyaya, Vaisheshya and Sankhya are structuring the body of Ayurveda.
The approach of Tridosha Siddhantam is almost absent nowadays. They are all concentrating on Sahasra Yoga. Identifying medicines, the external symptomatic treatment is done, just like in allopathy. Whereas our system is not like that.
What is Ayu and what is Veda? Ayu means the combination of 4 factors. Sharir, body, Indriya, sensory organs, mind, manas, and soul. If these 4 things are there, then there is a life. And the science which deals with these 4 factors, it is called Ayurveda.
श्रुते पर्यवदा तत्त्वं बहु पुरुषो दृष्टकर्मता दाक्ष्यं शौचमिति ज्ञेयं वैद्यगुण चतुष्टयम् वैद्यगुण चतुष्टयम्.
To what degree does the spirit of Ayurveda get diluted by its practitioners departing from purist traditions which were once synonymous with this ancient Indian system of medicine? Do modernization attempts like the use of automated production techniques, changed dosage forms, high-tech diagnosis tools and modern hospitalization procedures and so on strike at the very root of Ayurveda or nurture it?
Ayurveda, as you know, depends a great deal on medicinal plants. And medicinal plants, that's the backbone of Ayurvedic therapy. And they're all what is called polypharmacy. A number of medicinal plants are processed in a certain manner, and that's how it is given.
To improve Ayurveda, you have to provide natural herbs. It is very difficult now. Quality herbs are not available.
Charaka once said, one student went to Charaka, the great master, you seem to know all the plants of this area. Can you tell me one or two useless plants? He said, young boy, I do not know. Why don't you go and ask people in this area and come to me tomorrow? Ask them what are the useless plants. And the boy went round from house to house in the village. Nobody found any useless plants. Even those which are weeds, they said, it is a soil binder. It prevents soil erosion. So the boy learnt his lesson. Next day evening he came to Charaka, sir, you have taught me a lesson. There are no useless plants. There are only wasted plants. There are no useless plants. All are useful.
In nature there is no plant out of its place. You see, every plant has a place and a purpose. In that sense, in our culture we believe every plant is a medicinal plant.
इत्थं च नानौषधभूतं जगति इत्थं च नानौषधभूतं जगति किञ्चित् द्रव्यमस्ति विविधार्थप्रयोगवशात्.
I would say anything you can use, if you are using it as per the principles of Ayurveda, then it becomes Ayurvedic medicine.
தங்கம், வெள்ளி, இரும்பு, செம்பு இந்த மாதிரி மெட்டல்கள் நவலோகங்களும் ரசபாஷாணங்கள் 32 ரச ஔஷதி ஏற்க 32 சேர்க்க 64 பாஷாணம் உப்பனங்கள் 125 உப்பு இனங்கள் வந்து 125 இது எல்லாமே உவாரப்படுத்துகிறோம். அதோட சம்பச்சரக்கள் ஜாதிக்காய், பத்திரை, கிராம்பு இந்த மாதிரி மூலப்பொருள் நெல்லிக்காய், தானிக்காய், கடுக்காய் இந்த மாதிரி இதுவும் வேறு வகை இதெல்லாம் சேர்த்து தான் மருந்து. ஏன்னா இதெல்லாம் சேர்ந்தா தான் மருந்தாகும்.
One example I can tell you is that the gramophone record, the gramophone record, it came to India maybe 100 years back. It was nowhere. It is made out of lead. Lead is being processed in a particular way. And one community in Tamil Nadu found an excellent use of that gramophone record. They make a paste of that, mix it with something and apply many of the chronic skin diseases which are not cured by any of the conventional medicine could be treated by them with this gramophone record.
I think the greatest strength of our traditional healthcare system, as I see it, it has multiple strengths. On the one hand, there are institutionally trained practitioners of Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani systems of medicine who are in very large numbers. By institutionally trained, this is broadly what one may call as the Shastric stream or the classical stream. They are institutionally trained people. There is a corpus of knowledge, there is a corpus of manuscripts, and there's a lot of theory that goes into these. This is one aspect. The other aspect which is equally important or even more important is what I'd call as the folk stream or the people's health stream, which we can better characterize as the Lok Swasthya Paramparas, the traditional health streams.
In Andhra, I find Telugu pamphlets on this Chutki Vedyam, things, instant remedies. So we should popularize that kind of literature a lot. outside the formal educational system.
And then there are families who specialize in treatment of particular diseases. You know. Some of them are very outstanding, like we've all heard about the Gout family in Hyderabad, which gives medications for asthma. In a place like our state, Tamil Nadu, almost every nook and corner, every village has some family that gives treatment for jaundice. There are some others who specialize in specific other diseases. And then there are a category of people who might say are specialists. You know, for example, there are families of bone setters in a highly specialized area. There are people who do Visha Chikitsa, there is treatment for poisonous bites. There are Ayurvedic ophthalmologists, some of them very outstanding. There are people who do a certain kind of dentistry treatment in Ayurveda.
एक दांत के रूट के नीचे 3 शिरा होती है, वातवाहिनी, पित्तवाहिनी, कफवाहिनी। तो अभी जो हमने बड़ी दांत निकाली 3 रूट वाली थी, तो इसमें 9 नस होती है। तो इस सबका क्षणवार में क्रैक निकाल करके आपको सामने दिखा दिया। इसमें एक गुरु परंपरा है, सुश्रुत की पद्धति है, और दांत के 8 प्रकार के हरिक व्याध जी का नाम है, पायरिया का नाम शीताद है, क्रमी दंत जो कैविटी होती है, टाल्टर होती है, इसका नाम दंत शर्करा है। पूरा श्लोक के साथ बताया है। जो कैविटी होती है इसमें रक्त दुष्ट जन्य कृमि, नीचे में शिरा में जब रक्त दूषित होता है तो कृमि होता है। तो कृमि का क्या लक्षण बताए? कृष्ण छिद्र, सलस्रावी, संसरंभो, महारुज, अनिमितो रोजवादा, सगने कृमि दंत का पूरा कैविटी का वर्णन है। तो इसका निदान हुआ। तो निदान के बाद इनकी चिकित्सा शास्त्र में जो बताई है, क्षार कर्म है, अग्नि कर्म है, पूर्ण कर्म है, ये आयुर्वेद में भी था। हमारे गुरु स्वामी ज्ञानंद भारती जी हिमालय निवासी थे। उनके गुरु डॉक्टर किशोरदास भागीरथ गुप्ता जी इंदौर मालवे के, उनके पास 3 वर्ष रह करके गाँव में गाँव जा करके ये विद्या प्राप्त किया। और आज ये विद्या मेरे साथ न चली जाए, इसलिए मैंने आयुर्वेद डेंटल जलाराम डेंटल इंस्टीट्यूशन राजकोट के 15 किलोमीटर दूर रतनपुर में बनाया। और वहाँ गवर्नमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी मान्य 1 वर्ष का पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन कोर्स है। आज हमने 40 थीसिस दंत विद्या के ऊपर तैयार करवाया है।
I think India has a wonderful opportunity because this is the only country in the whole world where different systems of medicine are officially recognized and are in practice in conjunction with allopathy. So it gives me a legal cover, public acceptance that I can prepare any medicine and I can give it to the patient. Similarly, it gives legal cover to allopathic physician to evaluate them with their own protocol.
Charaka Samhita, Sushruta Samhita, Ashtanga does not contain, do not contain all the knowledge was available in this country. So you should take more and more of knowledge, verify it, validate it, and enrich the system.
In Ashtanga Hridayam itself, Vakpada says that Rishi Pranide Pudishchail Muktva Charaga Susrudo Bhedadya Kimna Patyande Tasmal Grahyam Subhashidam. What more clarification you need? If you think that Ayurveda is sacrosanct and should come from the mouth of great rishis like Charaga and Susruta alone, then I am challenging you. There are greater rishis like Bheda, Parashara, etc., etc. They are the 6 disciples of great Bharadwaja. Why are you not studying those books so that you are selective?
I think there is something wrong with our policy makers as far as the CCIM, because I personally feel that most of the time when we are talking about education of Ayurveda, we want to follow the model of modern medicine. I remember when I was a student, it was a 5-year course, because MBBS was like that. Then it became 4.5 years, because MBBS became like that. Then there is a 3 exams like that. I think you have to deviate from education to the practice to the research.
On the one side, the number of colleges offering undergraduate courses in Ayurveda is increasing every year. And on the other side, the students who get admission into these colleges are those who have failed to get admission into colleges teaching Western medicine. And after graduating from the Ayurvedic colleges, they prefer to prescribe injections and dole out antibiotics and steroids instead of applying the principles and practices of Ayurvedic health care.
वितर्को विज्ञानं स्मृतितत्परता क्रिया विद्या वितर्को विज्ञानं स्मृतितत्परता क्रिया यस्यैते षड्गुणास्तस्य न साध्यमतिवर्तते विद्या वितर्को विज्ञानं स्मृतितत्परता क्रिया यस्यैते षड्गुणास्तस्य न साध्यमतिवर्तते.
Ayurveda says that you see the things, you touch the things. So basic principles of all the investigations are already laid down in text. Now, it is whatsoever we are not able to see with the eyes, one can see with the microscope. Not with the microscope, other thing we are seeing with the X-ray, with the ultrasound, is this magnification. So it is only magnification of our own sense organs. And Ayurveda advises to examine the individual with your all 5 sense organs. And what we are doing with all these diagnostic tools? We are only enlarging the capacities of these sense organs. So why should there be any hesitation in using those?
If you call thermometer as allopathic, then what we will call this watch? If I see the time with the tree and shadow, then I am Ayurvedic, and using watch is allopathic. No. It is again a science, physics. Thermometer is a physics. Stethoscope is a physics. Ultrasound is a physics. CT scan is a physics. And doing testing is a biochemistry, is a chemistry. So what modern medicine did, it incorporated all the advancement of new inventions and the development into their system, and there is a continuous upgradation.
The attitude of each of us, even in a single lifetime, must change 10 times over to his own professional work. I did not know typing, but I had to learn typing. I did not know how to use a computer, but I had to learn that.
They are using high-tech internet and website. For what? For their marketing and for their promotion. They are also using packing, etc., everything. So as for the market is concerned, they have no problem.
If I am not running, the person behind, the entire world is now running. I will have to at least jog. If I am not able to jog, I will be out from the scene, which I don't want professionally, and also I don't want my industry to have a setback.
Using a Sarkanda kalam is Ayurvedic, and using a ball pen is allopathic. Wonderful. Using a diary and pen is Ayurvedic, and using a computer is allopathic. I think Ayurveda should incorporate these science into their existing diagnosis and treatment, like they use other advancement of the scientific tools in their day-to-day life.
Pioneering Ayurvedic institutions and individuals have been largely responsible for what Ayurveda is today. In the next couple of episodes, let us look at the work of some of these individuals and institutions in different parts of the country and see how they serve the health needs of the immediate community and simultaneously the larger interests of Ayurveda. We have already met some of them briefly in the preceding episodes. Now, we will have a more elaborate interaction with them. So in the next episode, we will visit great Ayurvedic institutions all over India. Please revert to us with your valuable comments about our serial. Write to us at Ayurveda, PB number 7102, Trichy Road, Coimbatore 641045, or email us at ayurveda@bsnl.com.
Brahma pratvayusho vedam prajapatimadikrihat. Brahma pratvayusho vedam prajapatimadikrihat. So ashvinau tau sahasraksham so atriputradikan muni teyagnivesadikam stedu pridhak tandrani te nire teyagnivesadikam stedu pridhak tandrani te nire. Brahma pratvayusho vedam prajapatimajigraha.